Introduction: The Middle East is a crucial arena of world politics where ideology over power, faith over weapons, and dignity over territory have been at odds for centuries. The recent escalation of tensions between Iran and Israel is once again reminding the world that the Middle East conflict is not simply a failure of diplomacy, it is a long-standing and profound polarization of right and wrong. In this context, the thought of Iran's supreme leader Ayatollah Ali Khamenei offers a unique perspective, one in which religion, history, politics, and morality are woven together. His philosophy transforms the Middle East conflict into an ideological and spiritual struggle, rooted in a resistance to oppression and steadfastness to the path of truth. Ayatollah Khamenei's ideological foundation, religion, history, and the spirit of resistance. Ayatollah Khamenei's thought is rooted in Islamic Shiite ideology, especially in the sacrifice of the martyr Imam Hussein of Karbala. According to him, the conflict between right and wrong is not limited to a specific time or place, it is an eternal truth where protesting against the oppressor is a human and religious duty. Khamenei often cites the example of Karbala and says, just as it was the duty of the Imam to confront Yazid, so it is the duty of the Muslim Ummah today to resist the injustice of Zionist Israel. From this perspective, Israel is not just a state for Iran, but a symbol of oppression. As a result, he does not see resistance against Israel as just a strategic or military endeavor, but rather as a reflection of moral and spiritual responsibility, opposition to Zionism, religious duty, or diplomatic strategy. Many want to interpret Khamenei's anti-Israel stance as a political strategy. However, an analysis of his statements, fatwas, and religious speeches shows that this stance is not just the product of diplomatic calculations. Rather, his uncompromising stance is not against the Jewish people, but against a nationalist ideology called Zionism. He clearly stated, "We are not opposed to Judaism. We are against those brutal forces that use religion to shed the blood of innocents and uproot a nation from its homeland." This statement shows that his thinking is based on history, theoretically strong, and founded on a humanistic value. This calls for a moral judgment that goes beyond the enemy-ally framework of international politics. Khamenei's influence on the resistance movements in the Middle East. Ayatollah Khamenei is not just a religious leader, he has been a major inspiration for progressive resistance movements in the Middle East for decades. Iran's close ties with Hezbollah, Hamas, and other resistance organizations, and Khamenei's ideological influence on them, cannot be denied. In his words, when a force stands against an occupier, it is an ideological victory for Islam. As a result, wherever Israel or its allies intervene, whether in Gaza, Lebanon, or Yemen, Khamenei's thinking creates a kind of self-defense and resistance. Morality versus real politics, duality or harmony. In the modern world, many people consider politics to be a tactical playground, where morality and ideology are secondary. But Khamenei's thinking breaks this trend. He believes that morality should be the main driving force of politics. Therefore, according to him, the politics that kills people and seizes territory is a politics that destroys humanity. And the politics that stands by the oppressed is a humanitarian and Islamic politics. This position has often cornered Iran internationally, but in Khamenei's view, it is not a deviation from ideology but rather a moral determination. Conclusion: the power of morality is Khamenei's true legacy. When many world leaders today sacrifice ideals to maintain their positions, a thinker and leader like Ayatollah Ali Khamenei holds high the banner of resistance, self-respect, and morality. In the context of the Iran-Israel conflict, his thought is not just a matter of political commentary, rather, it is a timeless call where truth, equality, and protest become the ultimate stand for humanity. He reminds us that there is something greater than war, that is, a stand against injustice. And from that stand, historical change is born.